Hi, I'm going to do your tarot card reading for today, your energy reading or message from spirit. And if you are one of those people that are used to taking care of other people and you're now starting to learn to love and take care of yourself, you're starting to realize how much sacrificing yourself and taking care of other people has actually hurt you. And not to say that we can't care for other people. I think there's a little bit of a difference between taking care of other people and caring for other people. And we can care for other people from our own lane. So I keep getting the message for myself, stay in your lane. What can you do from your lane? You know, you don't want to go outside of your lane, because when you go outside of your lane, you take resources from yourself and you give them to other people. And you want to just be in this flow of love and be able to give in this flow. And that happens the more that you tune into yourself and your own needs. So I am on this path, and I've been on this path for a little while. I've overcome a lot of obstacles on this path, some really sad, hard obstacles. Probably I've shared a little bit on the way, and when I feel called to, I will share a little bit of my story. But right now I feel like I just want to, tune into your energy and figure out what you need to hear for today. Today is Tuesday, April 22nd, and the energies that I'm feeling for today are hope, a little bit of sadness, but a lot of hope and new energy coming forward at the same time as we're holding on to a little bit of sadness and grief. And so that's kind of what I'm feeling before I start the cards. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I have some favorite cards that I do. I do this one and the Light Seers Tarot. These are my go-tos because I feel most connected to them, and they're the easiest for me to read. So I like to also encourage you to use your own tools and inner tools and guides and tap into that. So I will also be doing that as we go. Okay, so Loyal Heart is upside down, but well, so when it's upside down, I just give you the protection message for it. So I'll give you the whole message, but I'll also give you the protection message that comes in the guide. So Loyal Heart, and it's just tune into the picture and just see what you get from it. What are the feelings that come from that? I love those colors, purple and pink and bluish. Those are like really ethereal colors for me. And the two owls, I don't know if you saw, like I have a necklace with an owl. This is a cross that was given to me by my grandmother, and so it's really special to me. And I lost the chain for it, and I found a chain at a consignment store, and it had an owl on it, and I couldn't get it off. And I thought, like, an owl is a symbol of wisdom, and it's also like Athena, the goddess of wisdom, I think. And so I was like connecting to that energy, and I'm like, I'm just going to keep it there. And it's also kind of a connection between like the pagan religion and the Catholic religion. And I'm a believer in the common truth in all religion. That's kind of what I believe. I believe that there's truth in all religion. We all have truth and love in us. And so whatever speaks to you. And then they have crowns on their head, which is very, I would say, like sovereign wholeness. And they're looking into each other's eyes. And there's a heart and an egg underneath them. So Loyal Heart. And I usually like to get about three cards, but if more come, then more are needed. So let's just see what comes out. That's number 35, and if you're into numerology, that would be an 8. Ooh, This is cool. Unfinished symphony. I think that's what's speaking to me about the, like, a little bit of grief and letting go. And I myself am going through the process of divorce, and it's taken a lot longer than I wanted it to, even though we're doing it amicably and we got a mediator. It was supposed to happen in November, and we're now heading into May. And so it's frustrating sometimes when things are beyond our control and we're really trying to let go of things that aren't good for us anymore, but they're still lingering and holding on, and there's still grief and things that we need to process. So this unfinished symphony, I feel like that's what it is for me. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe something similar of energies that are holding on that we need to let go of. I see, it looks like a hawk it looks like a hawk to me, and hawks are bringers of spiritual messages. And then there's an egg, which is like new life. She's sitting on top of it, and there's music underneath, or a piano, keyboard. And it's unfinished symphony. Like, so there's something beautiful about your past experiences, which has led you here. And they're part of the whole music, the whole symphony. And we're finishing them so that we can let them go. So there's like, it's bittersweet. New information is coming in. She looks kind of like a clown. I guess what that says to me is to maybe not take things so seriously. Allow things to kind of wash through us, take a step back. Be able to laugh at yourself when you try to control things or think that you have control over things. Okay, and I'm going to try to get one more, but we'll see if more than one wants to come out. I'm a little cold today. Yesterday was a little cold too. I'm in the northeast of the US, and we had some nice warm days, sunny days, and then it got cold again. But there's green out there, so warmth is coming. Okay, and I got To the Sea, and this one came out upside down. And we had this one very recently, so a lot of times that's what happened. The energy is moving through us, and some stay, and we have some themes that stay, and some that are moving. Because I've gotten a lot of, the Loyal Heart one came out recently too. To the Sea. So she looks a little bit lost. It's like she doesn't really know where she's going. So it requires a lot of trust. That's a number 7, which is a spiritual number. The other one, this is number 10 of completion. So we're heading towards completion, and we don't quite know where we're going. And that can be scary, not knowing where we're going. I almost want to get another card so we can see where we're going, but I don't think that we're supposed to. I think we're really supposed to stay in this place of trust right now, which keeps us in the present moment, creating something new. So I think we have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, and learn to trust what's inside of us and love what's inside of us. I do almost feel like I want another card just to let us know that there's something inside of us that's guiding us, a guiding force. But I don't know, maybe we'll do that. Actually, let's look at the Loyal Heart and see if that's going to give us any more information. Because that might be all that we need. We might have all that we need. I think the message actually that's trying to come through is we do have all that we need, and we need to trust that. We have all that we need because God is in us, God is with us, and God is all around us. And that is what we're learning. Because we are the ones who abandoned God, and we abandoned ourselves. And so coming back into yourself, trusting. I know I abandon myself when I feel like I don't have control. I'll abandon myself, and I try to run. I try to escape. and I disown myself because like I don't want to be a part of that thing that could die or be hurt or injured. I don't want to be a part of that. That's what happens. It's so sad, right? I think a lot of us do that. Like anything that could be hurt, we want to let it go. We don't want that. We don't want anything that could be hurt. But if we can stay with ourselves, we realize that we aren't just human beings. We aren't just these bodies that can be hurt, but we're more than that. And we can find out how much power and strength and love we really are. So Loyal Heart is about fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. I think it's about loyalty to yourself. That's what I was getting, that feeling that we didn't need any more cards because what we needed was right here. And just also what you need is right there with you all the time. Just stay with yourself. Don't abandon yourself. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove that they are faithful to you, and you will in turn fully commit to them. That's happening for me right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful process. So healing when you've been hurt, when you've been really hurt, which I've been really hurt and betrayed and devalued, and like even to the point that I couldn't dream anymore. My dreams were just crushed and I was afraid to dream. When you've been that hurt, it's really hard to trust again. But when you can stay open and trust, keep your heart open, it's beautiful what happens. Like that love that comes back to you, especially when you've been giving so much love. This is the time when it's coming back to you, and you're safe to be able to receive that. And that's what's happening for me right now. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you, no matter the outer circumstance in your life. Trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. You just forgot. And I said I would give you the protection message because that one was upside down. Are you stubborn or overly tenacious about an idea, or have you become so attached to something that you just don't know how to let it go? Could it be that it's become so much a part of you that you wouldn't know who you are without it? So that's what was happening to me. It's your spirit knows what's good for you. I heard this yesterday, but it's so true, and it's what happened to me. Your spirit knows what's good for you before your mind does. And I was getting these messages that it was the end of my relationship, and I was like, what do you mean? Like, I put so much into this. It can't be the end of my relationship. I devoted everything to this for 25 years. It can't be the end. And so I was talking to God or talking to Spirit and saying, you know, what's real? And the message I got back was that love is real. Your love is real. That was the message I got back. And also that I would be receiving love back. And that happened in like an amazing, incredible ways. So much so that it was hard for me to believe how much love and support was coming through. So if this is happening to you and you're scared, trust and listen. Spirit talks to you in so many ways. I just got this book. Spirit or God sent me. I like to say God. I just was raised that way. Sent me this book, The Art of Selfishness, not selflessness, The Art of Selfishness, which I got to read yesterday because I had jury duty, and I was so happy. I knew part of the reason I thought part of the reason that I got jury duty was so I could read this book, and I just felt like God is talking to me through this book. God is validating everything that I did and showing me that even though I had to hurt people, or their egos, mostly their egos, it was for a greater good. Because I chose me, it hurt It hurt my soon-to-be ex-husband. It hurt him. I chose me in another case, and it hurt my cousin who was relying on me. But I had to abandon myself in order to help these people. And that's not what God wants for you. That's not what's right for you. And this book is so validating. It's really all about that. It even talks about Jesus and how, Jesus, when he died on the cross, he hurt his mom. Jesus, when he went and was doing all these things and his mom didn't know where he was, he hurt her. But it was all for a greater good. And if we follow what's in us, our spirit, we may perceive that we're hurting people, but actually it's for their growth and greater good as well. And this book talks a lot about that. So if it's an old book, it was written in 1937, I think, and my version is from 1964. Still old, and some of the language is hard to understand for me just because we don't talk that way anymore. And there's different jargon that we're using now. But I think you'll get the whole gist of it. And I probably will talk a little bit about it in another video as I develop the points of it. Okay, so I'm going to get back to this. Now is the time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a signal that it is time to prune away all who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of the old and all your attachments. Spirit has awesome plans for you. Make some room. So now might also be a time where you're starting to want to get rid of things. I've been feeling this call to clear out my space, just get rid of more and more stuff. I have a tendency to accumulate clothes. I like to go thrifting, and so I'll just find new things, and then before I know it, I'm just have too much. I'm overwhelmed. I have a pile of laundry so high right now. And that's making me want to just let go of stuff because I don't like all that clutter around me. And I want to make space for the new clothes or new whatever it is for you, new love, new life, a new career. I'm also doing that. I'm going to be taking a spiritual life coach training with my sister, which I'm so excited about because I've been on this journey for a while, and now I'm fully stepping into it. So letting go of these things that are hurting you and not serving you and weighing you down really brings in new space for all this new stuff to come through that you deserve. New love, new life, a new career, new people that support you and love you and value you. I can promise you it's coming. Just make room. Okay, An Unfinished Symphony, number 10, if there's anything about that one. We got that one right side up. I do want to read a little bit about that one. This is getting a little bit long, but that's okay. That's what it needs to be for today. Every day is new, and sometimes we don't know what is needed. Unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you are leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. When I do family constellations, and in family constellations, there is a thing where you, oh my God, I lost track of what I was saying. It reminded me of the Unfinished Symphony. Oh, you don't want to, I have a tendency to be oh, I don't want that anymore. That's gross, or that's yucky. You don't want to do that. And letting go, you want to actually be able to love what you're letting go of. And I think that's really hard for us to do. I know it's really hard for me to do. So that's what I'm trying to practice is loving what I'm leaving because it served me. It got me where I am now. There were lessons in it. There was love in it. There was beauty in it. So being able to see that as we let it go. I think that's part of our journey so that we can really move forward. And you can't rush it. It has its own timing. Okay, so then we have To the Sea. And that one was upside down, so I'll read the protection message for that one too. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. See how that all goes together? So the unfinished symphony, as you look at where you're leaving and you honor it and you see the beauty and the love and you're able to let it go, you start to integrate how it all fits together. And you can't really do that through your head. It starts to happen like you can't really do that through your thoughts or through thinking. It just starts to happen and it starts to just kind of integrate into you. If you give it space, if you can sit in stillness, if you can go out in nature, that's really, I think, how we start to integrate it. Not through trying. So don't try so hard. Just allow yourself to be. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life? When events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. So you might not know where you're going, and that's okay. What do you know? What do you need right now in this moment? What is exciting you? When I started this journey, when I realized that I needed to get a divorce, I had killed so much of my spirit off, or it doesn't really die, but it felt like I had killed so much of it off that I didn't even, it was like it was real depression, like my body was breaking down and I didn't even, I didn't have anything that was giving me a will to be here. And so the one thing that I really got excited about was tarot cards, singing and tarot cards, but mostly the tarot cards. Even the singing was I was losing that lust for that. And so I just followed that. I followed that string, and I ended up meeting some people, and I created a tarot group with them, and we started doing tarot cards together. And it just led me further and further down the road. I met my new boyfriend at karaoke. We sang together, and at first I was like, no, I'm not ready for this, and this I don't think he's the right one for me. And but the more that I got to know him, the more that I really saw him, I was like, and the more that I know him, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. It's so cool, finding somebody that matches you in so many levels and meets you on so many levels and sees you and loves you. It's just so beautiful to experience that, especially when you haven't experienced that. Okay, so I'm going to read you the protection message. When external conditions appear to block every attempt to move forward, oh my God, that's how it felt. That's how it felt for me. I don't know if that's how you're feeling right now, but it's so frustrating. You're on the wrong path if that's what you're feeling. So finding your path is what gives you life, what energizes you, even if it's so little. Follow it, follow the trail. There is no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. There is no cause for alarm. Stop resisting and fighting against the situation and learn to flow, even when the tide is going out. Relax and trust in the abundance that will soon be within your reach again. An ancient mariner's saying applies to you now. When fishermen cannot go to sea, they stay home and repair their nets. What do you need to repair in you? How can you let yourself heal? And a lot of times it is going out in nature and being in stillness. That was another thing that I did. I just took walks with my dog and just allowed nature to surround me and fill me, and that's healing. So I do want to get like a tarot card for each of the oracle cards. Those are the oracle cards. So I'm just going to get a tarot card for each of them, just to give a little more information and help guide you on your journey. Because I do think it's a journey of awakening. I don't know if you've heard that before. We're kind of awakening to God or spirit within us and all around us, and ascending. It's an ascending of energy. Before all this happened, like months before all this happened for me, I got this message. Like, I would get some messages like before I woke up, and sometimes when I fall asleep. And this message was, do you want to ascend with me? And I was just like, I thought it was coming from my husband at the time, but it didn't end up being him. And you know, I kind of think it was my new boyfriend. It was his spirit, and because I believe we are ascending together. But I don't want to make any assumptions, because along my path it was kind of windy, and some things happened that I thought they were going in one direction, and they took a turn. So I just try to stay open and be open. Okay. Ooh, this is cool. I got the 8 of Cups. And that's like walking away. It's part of that. I think, so this was for the loyal heart. So I think in being loyal to our heart, we have to walk away from the things that are hurting us. And you might want to check out some of my readings on the art of selfishness, and I'll have to continue that, because it's hard to do this. It's extremely hard to do this, especially for people who feel so much in their heart for other people, which I am one of those people. Knowing that you're hurting other people, but really choosing yourself, because you're hurting yourself. And in order to be love and be light in the world, you have to be that to yourself first. And then you will experience that flow, because it's all around you. So it comes in and out, and it's like, A Course in Miracles teaches that it's one and the same, giving and receiving. And that's really what it becomes. It's flow. It's that, like, if you know what they say, like atoms are like either a point, or they're moving, or in flow. I don't know how they say it, but it's basically that, you know, like you could be giving and receiving. You could break it up into 2 points, but it's all really flow. It's all really movement. So letting go, releasing that which no longer serves you. A ritual releasing, a time to move stuck energy, walking away, leaving your old reality to pursue a new one. Then it says abandonment and disappointment, but you are not abandoning yourself this time. You're loving yourself and staying with yourself, and you're abandoning the things that you thought were real. They were just an attachment, an old story. So you're letting go of those old beliefs, those old stories, and you're really finding who you are. You're finding your spirit. I walk away from negativity, and I choose myself in a rebellious act of self-love. Okay, that's the loyal heart. You're being loyal to your heart this time. And I remember when I first started this, it felt so weird to me. I felt like the things that I had attached myself to, my mother, and my mother's pain, and my mother's grief, and my mother's loss, and my mother's trauma, and my soon-to-be ex-husband, his grief and his trauma. And I had attached myself to it so much that I believed that it was my own, and I was going to fight for it, and I was going to die for it. I was going to sacrifice myself for it. And as I unattached myself from it, it was this weird, crazy feeling of like, well, a lost feeling, like this lost at sea feeling of like, what is real? What is real? And I had to find myself. I had to find who I was. I started to look through old love letters from boyfriends, and it was helpful because it made me realize I was loved before and I will be loved again. That was before I found the love that I was looking for. I had to find it within first. So it's that. Okay. So I'm going to get a card for Unfinished Symphony. What do we need to know about Unfinished Symphony? Okay. The Page of Swords. And it was upside down, so I'll read the shadow message of it too. Page of Swords. So pages are learning. See, she has a book and new ideas coming in. And that's what it's really that starting to learn who you are. And in starting to learn who you are, it helps you look at your past differently and understand what it means. So in order to finish the symphony, you have to start learning about who you are. And it's a process when you've dedicated yourself to other people. When you've done that, when you're a little child, and they talk about this in family constellations, you love your parents so much that you will sacrifice yourself for them. You will do whatever you can to make them happy and to heal them. And I did that, and I lost myself doing that. I abandoned myself doing that. So it's a coming back into yourself and your spirit and finding yourself again, learning yourself again. Who are you without them? What do you love? What lights you up? That's your gift to the world. So you're learning that. And it's hard to learn new things. You have to kind of unlearn at the same time. But that is really what's going to give us the finishing of the symphony. Okay, so I'm going to read it just because sometimes there's little nuggets of things that we need there. So Page of Swords. Restless energy, curiosity, a thirst for information, learning new things, an apprentice or student, intellectual pursuits, ideas, and reasoning, a messenger. Okay, but we got that upside down, so we're going to read the shadow side. Arrogance, gossip, nervous energy, being all talk and no action, dishonesty. Okay, so it's about being honest with ourselves, and the nervous energy, I think, it's scary, not knowing who we are, or like, we want to attach to something. We all want to attach to something, but it's attaching to your spirit again, reattaching to your spirit. And you can find your spirit through your inner child. Like, what did you like to do as a child? What would make you happy now? Play. That's going to give you what you need to learn this. So it says, be curious. I learn and I expand my consciousness and open up new opportunities for my life. That's what you're doing right now, but there can be a lot of anxiety around that. And learning to be honest with yourself. What do you really need? Stop listening to outside, like people telling you what you need, or society or culture telling you what you need or what you should do. What do you feel like you need? It could be that you feel like you only need to work 2 hours a day. And you're like, how am I going to make that a reality? How am I going to make a living on that? Explore, be curious, have fun. I sometimes feel like that myself. But if we just let that hold us down and bog us down, and we think we can't do it, we'll never be able to expand into what it is that we really need as a unique spirit in this world. There's only one of you. We're all connected, but there's only one of you. and we need you and your gifts. But in order to find your gifts and give your gifts to the world, you have to give them to yourself first. So this is a really nice time for you to be learning and loving yourself. That's what this is about. So I'm going to give one more card because I really have to probably get going. Because I have to go to work. Okay, to the sea. What do we need to know about to the sea? And what jumped out was the Seven of Wands. Ooh, the Seven of Wands. Look at that. It looks like meditation and stillness and being in a bubble, a little like the Hermit. Peace, presence. The light coming from her third chakra that's starting to come through. Your power is starting to come through. Seven of Wands, your true power without having to sacrifice yourself. Okay, this is a beautiful reading. So we're going to just read this. Okay, challenge, grounding and protecting yourself, coming inside, movement and growth, creative innovation remaining ahead, feeling vulnerable. It's okay to feel vulnerable. A sign to continue to share your ideas, self-expression. I am deserving of this success and I will bravely shine my light into the world. Yes, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to read you this part too. Haters, they'll emerge only after you've made it to your perch, whipping their wands about and asking you to defend your accomplishments. Sometimes competition emerges as a result of shining brightly in the world. So I think it's that message of like, our greatest fear is that we are this bright light. I don't remember the whole saying, but you probably know what I'm talking about. Our greatest fear is not that we are weak. It's basically that we are this bright light. And so it's like we can feel that fear and still shine brightly into the world, knowing that you are this unique spirit and that we need that light. We need your light. You deserve the love and light you have within yourself. You deserve to experience it. It's the giving and receiving at the same time. As you give to yourself and love yourself, you shine your light into the world. And that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. You didn't need to try that hard to be loved. You never needed to. You are love. If you are feeling attacked after sharing your magic, it is important to remember that others likely want what you have. So stand up bravely and continue to do your beautiful thing. Mindfully call feelings of love and well-being into your body and create a protective bubble of energy around you. Remain synchronized and aligned with your bright vision and reject any low-vibe negative states that others may be pushing. You don't have to accept their opinion as truth, especially when they are vying for your position. Check to make sure you are acting in a way that is aligned with your highest values, and when you know you are, don't let anyone stop you from achieving your dreams. May you shine brightly out into the world, and may you know yourself as love. I love you.